Hello and welcome to Critical Strike, episode 85. I'm Kyle, and with me is Josh.
Hi.
And Bill.
Hi. Surprise, Josh showed up.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, what the hell? This was supposed to be me and Bill. It was supposed to be golf and board game hour.
Yeah, I have like 19 different golf tips I was going to share with Kyle.
It doesn't mean you can't do it. I'm like I said, I'm taking a back seat in this episode. I'm here, but I'm not here.
Okay, I was going to talk about how I need a stiff driver because I have such powerful arms.
I love that you say we can talk about whatever we want, and then you'll just cut it all.
I won't.
Liar.
Yes, I will. Yeah.
So, Skyrim. Let's go back to that.
Oh, Christ.
All right.
You're already testing me.
I know.
I can't take it.
Oh, we'll just get it off your chest, Josh. Why are you upset about some hockey team?
I'm not upset. I'm fired up.
Why are you fired up?
Because the fucking game was awesome, but bullshit.
Oh, they lost?
Well, all right. It's a rematch between the Stanley Cup Finals, Vancouver versus Boston.
Did Boston not do their triple axles as well?
Boston basically dismantled Vancouver.
So you're angry.
Because the refs basically cost us the game.
So you still lost.
Right. Which like 3 minutes into the game, nobody wanted to hear this. But anyways, 3 minutes into the game, there was a game misconduct with one of our guys. He got ejected from the game. And like a half hour after the game ended, the NHL overturned that and said, nope, it was illegal play, blah, blah, blah. Well, if that were the case, then he wouldn't have been out of the game and they wouldn't have scored, meaning we would have won.
Seems like people on the street should have been shouting rematch.
It's a lot of supposition on your part, Josh. Anything could have happened.
Yeah, that's true.
No. Dude, we demolished them on 5-on-5 play.
And a meteor could have fallen out of the sky and completely demolished the arena.
They could have.
Yeah, and I'd say demolished. Shouldn't you have been up by so many points? One man's mere presence could not defeat themselves.
It was, trust me, there was a shitload of bad calls in this game that weren't in our favor. It was an ugly game.
Aren't all calls that are in your favor bad calls?
No, there were many good calls against us as well. Like, this was a physical, like, bad match.
Sounds like you're trying to say it was a mutual loss.
No.
Oh well.
Yeah, you really should be saying that the other team, Vancouver, didn't win. It's just that the Bruins lost.
Well, how about that Winter Classic with the Flyers, Kyle?
Yeah, 3-2.
You guys 2 Winter Classics and you can't win one of them?
Yeah. How about that fake snow?
That was real snow.
No,
Is the Winter Classic when Disney characters are on the ice as well?
The Winter Classic is the outdoor game. The Flyers have been
DreamWorks characters.
They've been in 2 of them, one against Boston and one against the New York Rangers. And they've lost both of them.
Could be worse, I guess.
I'm waiting for you to tell me how it could be worse.
I don't know. I'm just trying to get in on the conversation about ice skating.
Well, you brought up hockey. I didn't.
I know, but don't you feel better now?
No.
Are you a little bit more comfortable in your chair? Now you're stroking your wee kitty's back. Very comfortable now.
My cat's not in here.
Oh, well, that's disappointing. Much like that picture that I thought he was in a toilet. Now it's not funny at all. That's just some stupid picture of a cat.
Let me tell you something about that cat, all right? He creeps the fuck out of me. Because he's got this new thing. He knows if I'm in here, like, he'll stand outside my door and start meowing and scratching at the door. The other night, I went to bed. It's like 4 a.m. And I'm laying there. Nothing's on in my room, so it's pitch black. And all of a sudden, I start hearing, like, claws running down my door.
Oh. See, I like that your animal is an attention whore. When I don't let Daisy in the bedroom, she faces into the darkness, which is the home at night, and guards my slumber.
Well, he wants to chill out with me, but you know what? It was creepy as shit that, 4 a.m, somebody's scratching at my door.
I never turned pussy away at 4 a.m, Josh. You'd stop being such a faggot.
There's a difference between a hairy pussy that's nice, Bill, and then there's a difference between a hairy pussy with claws.
It's called retro night, Josh. Even Frona and I have them. Oh, man.
Jesus.
And Josh reaches his first edit of the night.
No way, that's staying in there. And I'm sending it to Frowania.
She won't mind.
And the album art for this episode is going to be you in a red sweater smiling.
Sweet. Oh, yeah, that one.
What?
That's fun.
Oh, she's been posting pictures of him.
See, I bought her that computer like 8 months ago. Well, it's been like 6 months ago, and she's finally deciding to start using it.
Yeah.
She hadn't cleaned up like boxes from when we moved in her office for like a year, and so I've just been freaking out. So now she's finally cleaned up the space and using this nice computer I bought her, and the result is just posting more pics of us.
On Twitter, so.
Yeah, I was thinking like YouTube videos or her learning to use the iPod. No, none of that shit.
Just sentimental memories of you two. God.
Yeah.
She's such a terrible person.
Damn you and your caring.
But yeah, we haven't recorded in a while, though. Everybody had the holidays and everything.
Damn near a month, I think, right?
Yeah. How was the holidays for you two?
Let's thank our 7 listeners for sticking around.
Yay!
The holiday was good. It was a fun time.
My Christmas was good, Josh.
Yeah.
I don't know these holidays you speak of.
Well, New
sure
Year's
as hell don't
is
celebrate
considered-
Kwanzaa.
New Year's is considered a holiday. That's why it's holidays. I said, you fuckface.
Well, you should have said, how's Christmas and New Year's?
Do they not have New Year's in Canada? Is it like Chinese New Year or something?
Yeah, it's actually pretty crazy. It's just a lot of bacon. Just people are just eating bacon and lighting things on fire.
They just bathe in maple syrup.
I'm so hungry again. I just ate.
But didn't you have a big issue with a package, Kyle? I mean, not your package, but a
Oh,
package.
yeah. What the shit, man?
Okay, so
You went to some stranger's house in Philadelphia?
No.
Okay,
This
start
is what
from the beginning.
happened.
I'm sorry.
So I ordered my anniversary gift for Nancy. Our anniversary's on the 21st. So I ordered it, and it was supposed to come in. You know, I did 2-day shipping, so it was supposed to be there quickly. The person didn't ship it until Saturday when I ordered it on Tuesday. So I was pissed off at that. So I was still okay because it was still going to arrive on the anniversary or whatever. So it's the 21st now. The package should have arrived in my office. Checked the tracking thing. It arrived. It's been signed for. It's not in my office. So I'm like, okay, maybe our mailroom still has it. So I go down to the firm's mailroom. They didn't have it. They didn't get any package delivery from FedEx. So I go, that's great. So then I begin the investigation. So, okay, who signed for it? All right, I don't know this person. Do some quick Googling of this person. Find out possible locations. Maybe where they worked. So then I call FedEx, and I'm like, where the fuck is my package? And they go, we delivered it. And I said, I know. But you didn't deliver it to me or my office. Don't you see that's a problem? We'll look into it. Give us a number we can call you back on. Never called me back. So that was for the 3 days that I was dealing with this. They never called me back once. So that was great. Good job, FedEx. So I called the company where I ordered it from. They're like, oh shit, this isn't our fault since all the packaging information is right. That's FedEx's fault. I know, but I'm just making you aware just in case something happens. So
something happens. Like,
yeah.
I just wanted to let you know in case I went in there and shot everyone with a shotgun. I wanted you to know. It's all good.
So, you know, it's 2 days later. I call FedEx again. I'm like, look, where the fuck did you guys drop this off? I really would like this. Now it's late and I can't give it to her on time. Like,
do you know what a fleshlight costs?
So they said, well, we delivered it to your building. And I said, that's impossible because it would have been delivered to my office because it's suite number 957. It turns out that there is a hotel that is also a part of my building that runs parallel to my building. So there are 2 room 957s in the office building I work in. So it was delivered to some stranger's hotel room.
The guy's just sitting there in his gimp suit, fucking jerking off.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he gets an anniversary gift from you.
Yeah. I didn't really need this, but all right. So I finally figured out, go down, call the hotel. All the people are out on vacation. So I wasn't able to get back to it until after Christmas. And then I got it and everything was good. So it was just a huge ordeal.
What was this, by the way? Because that's really what I'm curious.
It's a nice necklace.
Oh, you sweetheart.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see why you'd be upset, though.
Bill buys Frona vacuums and stuff, but you get a nice necklace.
Yeah, well, when you drop a few $100s on a necklace and you don't get it, there's a problem.
Yeah, I don't buy her jewelry. I'm like, hey, here's your dishwasher. Do the fucking dishes.
Ah, Josh, I'm like, hey, here's your 8-carat necklace. There you go.
Okay, Kyle, that's my one present. Where's the other 27? Also delivered to stripper rooms.
But yeah, it was just a huge pain in the ass. It inconvenienced me, and I was just upset. I got it from ICE, and the people there were awesome. They kept calling me. They're like, okay.
Wait. Am I supposed to know what ICE means? What the fuck's ICE?
ICE.com. It's a...
What?
ICE.com. They sell jewelry.
Really? That's a real thing?
Yes.
ICE.com? That's real? Really?
Ooh, cool.
So is PennIsland.net.
Mm.
I've
Just
never
think
heard
about
of
that
either.
one for a second. Or type it in your web browser.
No, I don't think so, you crafty bastard. Let me see. What section would Kyle pick from? I'm going to guess from the 2 to 500 range. And if we had to pick...
Wait a minute. What section would Kyle pick from 2 to 500? No, Kyle will go like $5 to $50.
No, he said a few hundred.
Yeah, I spent a reason.
That's retail value.
I'm not talking.
About this?
You got to tax shipping on there, Bill. You got to tax shipping on there.
Shipping was
The
free.
4-carat trillion cut green amaranthian is very special.
Why are we still talking about this? Shouldn't we talk
I don't know.
about
I just
video
figured
games?
Josh would cut all this shit out.
No,
Oh,
this
okay.
is in. This is. Hey, like I said,
gold.
I'm taking the back seat. You guys have to drive the conversation.
I can't believe you're actually anticipating Josh to edit the podcast.
All right. So I should have golfed last week, though, Kyle. Like, I was sick, and it killed me that I couldn't golf in December because I was really looking forward to it, but I just couldn't get out of bed.
Yeah.
Did you do any golfing in the nice weather?
I did not. I should have brought my clubs up. I golfed during Thanksgiving, but I didn't golf during Christmas. I wish I did, though. Right. Good weather. A little cold, but...
Is it kind of critical in your office? Like, I would think that, if you're like... what are they called? Like the legal secretaries or what's the other thing you go to school for in the law firms? I can't think of it, but I would imagine you can get along with lawyers because you're like the tech guy that could wreck their world if you felt like it.
Oh, I could do a shitload of damage if I felt like it.
So, like, is it critical that you know how to play golf there? Like,
no,
do they go?
It's not part of the environment. It's not part of the fuck's that word called? I guess environment works well.
Yeah, environment's good.
But no, my boss golfs. He mentioned it briefly because he wanted to take off to go to a golf tournament. But that's really all anybody said about it. And I haven't made mention that I golf, so everything's very...
See, you don't mention it, Kyle. This is how you do. This is how you bring it up. You have a magazine on there where you would be ordering shoes from, or you'd be ordering some sort of golf item on your desk, so that he sees it and you force him to bring it up and you say, oh, you golf. Where do you golf? How well do you golf? So that he just gets to talk about it and then you're in.
Except I already know all those things because I listen in.
Yeah, but
I know how well he golfs.
Those things.
Because, and he knows this, so he's not going to...
Oh, damn it.
He's not, yeah.
Get him to give his opinion on a club or a shoe then. Something like that.
Yeah.
Always need their opinions. That's how you get your in.
I really don't care about golfing with the people I work with.
I don't either, but it's one of those things, Kyle. You just do it.
Well, there's no room for me to. Well, there's room for me to go up, but the people I would golf with have no.
Do these people have direct control over how much money you make?
No.
Oh, then fuck them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Sorry, Josh. That was just a forced golf conversation. I was expecting any moment for you to blow up.
No, like I said, I'm the back seat.
All right. Let's cut that last bit out, Josh. Let's talk about Spotify.
All right.
Spotify. Because you two have gotten quite creative.
Yes, we have. We've gotten very creative.
What sparked this exactly? I don't remember the other day.
It's similar to the time where you
gave me the Blitzkrieg, and for some reason
you sent me a song. I don't remember who it was. And
I sent you a very special song about love or something, you dick.
You sent me a song. I think it was like Taylor Swift or something, and I was like, No, Bill, I find that offensive.
It clearly was not Taylor Swift.
I don't know. So I was
it's
like,
okay if you listen to Taylor Swift, Bill. We won't think you're gay. Pop will just think you're a fairy.
Pop Pop's got the signed album. That bitch is hot, you faggot.
Very faggot. But, so you sent me Taylor Swift, and I took offense to it.
I don't think it was Taylor Swift.
I
sent you a Lady Gaga song, you pixie.
Same thing. And then I just bombarded you with Spotify songs. Like, I just randomly sent you, like, anything I could. And I topped
everything with the word Bill in it.
Yeah, and then I topped it off with Creed. So
yeah, I mean, you were dropping, like, Creed bombs. Like, that, it wasn't even funny at that point. Because that's the kind of shit where, like, you send me those things where I see Bill in the title and, like, oh, that's kind of funny. But when you send someone Creed, they have to then hear it in their head for at least a few minutes.
Yep.
I never clicked the song, but I had to hear it in my brain.
That was my plan. Like, I put, like, a little mine in your head. But... so that Kyle did a similar thing. He sends me a lot of show tunes. Kyle is a fairy.
I hadn't sent you any songs in a while. I was listening to songs and I see, someone mailed you something, like the little red one appeared on my Spotify. I kind of like, okay, whatever. I look back, I start doing work again. I look to the left. All of a sudden, there's 25 songs in there. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I got nothing else to do today, Kyle.
So then I went, okay, that's then I look and it's all like, oh, Canada, you're Canadian. Like, you bastard. So then I sent Josh every song that had the word Yeti in it on Spotify.
Yeah. Like, because I was talking to you, Bill, because I was dropping notes that, I just bombarded Kyle and I was all proud of myself and everything. Like, I was getting ready to have a sneaky wank. And then I look back at
I don't need to hear about that.
I look back at Spotify and there's like, it says 36. I was like, what the fuck just happened? And I click on it and I say Yeti, Sasquatch, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, Kyle, you son of a bitch.
And then I sent him all the playlists that I made of musicals in there too. So he has like 1,000 songs I threw at him.
Well, it shows it as just a single playlist. It doesn't show it as all the songs. So this kind of escalated and became like, now we're going to insult each other through song. Like, I'll send him a song saying like that's titled, you're a bitch. And then he would send...
that was the point where you started having conversations through song.
Yeah.
No, before it was insulting, and then all of a sudden it was just, we both clicked, and it was just, we decided to do one continuous sentence, and it was great.
That's very fancy.
So like, I have my Spotify open here right now, and I would send him something like, you're a bitch, blah, blah, blah. And the next song he would send me is, well, bring it on. And then I would send him like, why are you such a jerk? And then he sent one back saying like, because of who you are.
Oh, God. Either of you dropped some Michael Bolton shit or something?
No, all the songs that I picked, I purposely made them like really weird.
Yeah, I pretty much did too, but...
I love your neck.
So this has been going on for like 2 days though. Like my Spotify inbox has like so many fucking songs in it at this point.
Yeah, I've just been deleting them.
Oh, I've left mine. I'm leaving it. This is a battle scar.
I just deleted like the 600 messages I have in there finally. It's kind of nice.
That means I can fill it back up.
But then I have to explain to Frona, because there's like I had like playlists made so that I could like I would throw things in there so at just a drop of a dime I could forward something off to someone. So I activated it on her computer the other day and she's like, why is this shit on here? I'm like, I'm not even gonna try and explain it, Frona. It's funny, just trust me.
I sent Josh Taylor Swift and he got offended by it. He just bombarded me.
What about that video on YouTube you liked with those chicks in like panties and bras dancing? That's completely separate from.
So yeah, this has been a cute little game that Kyle and I have been doing back and forth now. I'm hoping it escalates back into like the angry stuff though, like where we started insulting each other.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. So how do you guys plan on doing this on this show? Like, do you want to go right into your top fives now and then talk about some games afterwards? Or did you guys not have a plan for this at all?
But, let's just do the list and then we'll do what we've been up to and then we'll just shoot into the top five.
Do we just want to blast them out real quick and move on?
I want to discuss them.
What? From
You were the one that didn't want to do any of this.
Okay,
You weren't even
let
going to
me
be here.
let me change that. There's one I want to discuss.
Okay.
One game, one singular game, and it's on one person's list.
yeah,
Is it Two Worlds 2?
No.
Oh.
I'm going to assume it's Minecraft on my list.
Oh, that's right. That's the whole reason you actually are probably doing this, isn't it?
It is because he wants to get angry at me.
Cunt. All right. Do we just rip through mine quick, and then we can go into Kyle's and then talk about the one?
Sure.
Cool. Number 5, Saints Row. Number 4, Portal 2. Number 3, Crisis 2. Number 2, Skyrim. Number 1's The Witcher 2. It's the best game I've played in a while. Love it. Kyle.
Wait, you're not going to add any... Okay.
What?
That's
Everyone
cool.
knows I like those games. Saints Row, I haven't laughed that much playing with David in a game I can think of in recent memory, as well as playing with you. Portal 2 is brilliant. Crisis 2 is the best shooter in years. Skyrim I played 70 hours, and The Witcher makes me hard. Kyle.
Let's see. I got Portal 2, Infamous 2, Skyrim, Deus Ex, Human Resources, and Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Yep, Minecraft,
Let me,
Josh.
Minecraft was on your Game of the Year list last year.
Yep, it certainly was, Josh.
Okay. No, Minecraft does not count. Minecraft is cheating.
Nope.
See, I would say it was cheating last year.
Okay, yeah, you could say it was cheating last year.
So
But-
that means it's fine now.
Either way, it's a cop-out to put it on there again, though.
Well, Josh, I didn't really like a lot of the games that came out this year, so that's that. Minecraft, I went for the games that gave me the most enjoyment when I played them.
Yeah, and it seems like maybe last year, Josh, you put on like Burning Crusade or some shit from WoW.
I didn't put
Wouldn't
on
that
Burning
be
Crusade.
kind of the same thing?
I didn't put on Burning Crusade. I put on Cataclysm, which basically completely changed the game.
But it's still the
It
same
changed the game. Everything
like-
was different.
Everything was different?
Everything.
It changed your name?
Yeah, actually, it did get a name
It
change
changed
on
the
it.
faction you were on?
I actually did change the faction I
What
was on.
world was the game played in? Did that change?
The world was completely different.
No, what was the name? Did the name change?
No, but it was completely different. Actually, it did. It did. Because in the game, you have to go down through the maelstrom.
I have no idea what any of that means. I'm just trying to support Kyle.
Don't ever try to support Kyle against me,
Yeah,
Bill.
you know what? It's on my list, Josh. I really don't care what you think. Minecraft is one of the best games I've played last year. Well, last year now.
I take more issue with Deus Ex, or as I like to call it, Sleep.
Really?
Yeah, I was...
That game was
so
fantastic.
boring. It's so boring.
Kyle, out of everybody that we talked to, you are the only one that liked it.
No, Chia Hippo love that
Chia
game.
has no taste, though.
I don't know. There's quite a few people that like it. I just...
Josh, you're a racist.
Yeah, you are fucking racist.
Because I said he has no taste. I've known
Yeah.
Chia longer than you two.
You know what? You're a racist son of a bitch, Josh.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
we all have...
Just because
so
she is black. You
Kyle's-
dumb bastard.
Kyle has his list. You don't like Saints Row on mine. And Josh
Wait,
picked,
I don't like
Two
Saints
Worlds
Row
2.
on yours?
I don't know. I just assumed.
Wait, where is Saints Row on my list? All right.
Yeah, since... Can I just rip through what you have on your list
No,
quickly?
I'll do
Since
mine.
you didn't
No.
include Saints Row,
I'll do
which
mine.
I thought you loved, Josh.
Shut up. I'll do I'll do mine.
And when you put Motorstorm Apocalypse above Saints Row, that makes you a fucking liar.
Oh, now he's adding Saints Row in there. Look at that.
Okay,
You fucking
so
whore.
I'm only doing 5, right? Okay, so
No, just rip through the list. There's no real order besides The Witcher 2 being the best game of this last year.
all right, so number 5, Saints Row. Number 4, Little Big Planet 2. Can't go wrong with Little Big Planet 2. That was an amazing single player story. But anyways, Uncharted 3, number 3. And then Dark Souls. I mean, I played the fuck out of that game.
That's coming in to me on the GameFly.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Interesting.
You will not like it.
I don't know. I might.
Infamous 2 and Infamous Festival of Blood is number 1 because I played the shit out of those.
That's your top spot, really?
Yeah.
I would not have guessed that.
Well, I beat Infamous 2 in like 2 days, and that's including side missions on Evil, and then I'm halfway through the good playthrough already, and then I've already beaten Festival of Blood.
Wow. Like, I really would have thought you would have went with something kind of pretentious, like, the Mario from the 3DS. It's so innovative.
I hated the 3DS Mario.
Yeah, it looks fucking atrocious.
In fact, I sent it back to Gamefly.
Yeah, I should really not be a cunt and try Infamous 2.
I want to do
Again.
I want to do a couple of honorable mentions though.
Okay.
The Witcher 2.
Mhm.
Super Street Fighter 3 Online Edition. I played the fuck out of that. NHL 12, MotorStorm Apocalypse, and MLB The Show, which, as you know, I played the fuck out of.
Yeah, MLB The Show is an honorable mention for me as well. I deleted quite a few off, so I just had the 5. But that game it got me to play a sports game again. I mean, that's pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah, that's all I played during the time that PSN was down.
Yeah.
And I'm still pissed I could never get a trade. That was bullshit. Yeah. I requested a trade like every day, and they wouldn't trade me. Fuck that.
I'd also like to give one to Bulletstorm. I know people like to be dicks about it. It's like, oh, it's so, childish. But if you just not pay attention to that one aspect of it, it was a really, really fun game.
I enjoyed the time that I spent with it. I'm almost done with it, actually, but...
It's not better than most of these games that we've talked about, but it was something different for a shooter adventure game. It was genuinely fun.
All bullshit
I look forward
aside,
to playing it again.
All bullshit aside, it did some pretty cool things that you don't normally see in shooters, and I think people just need to get over themselves a bit.
Did you get to that one level where you were clear down on the bottom of this huge, really tall room and you had the sniper rifle shooting enemies like way above you and things like that?
Yeah.
I love that spot. I mean, that was really fucking cool.
It did a lot of cool things. Everybody just needs to kind of get over themselves.
Driving around a giant Tyrannosaurus Rex, give me a break. That was cool and fun.
Same thing with Saints Row. Like, everybody takes it way too seriously. And even though we breezed over the list of games so much, like, we just didn't really, talk about them as much. I mean, we've talked about them over the year, but there were a lot of really good games in this past year.
Like playing co-op with you or David, and when we're just running towards an objective, and you get a little distance ahead of me, and I just see you drop kick an old woman in the face, and then punch a guy in the balls. Okay, on paper, that sounds very childish. Funny as shit when you see it.
Yeah.
And laugh out loud for hours. Like, I haven't laughed that much in a game in a long time. And it's not the writing and all the little things. It gives you all of these instances where funny things are going to happen. Mm-hmm. The story is nonsense, and it's just a good time.
And actually, the way it handled co-op, like, both of us are in the missions, is actually really cool. It's just like that.
You were fucking Neo. It wasn't fair when I played with you.
No, but it's...
I'm sitting there with the 22 pistol, and you're, like, shooting Darth Maul lightning out of your hands.
No, but, like, how it handled it was just really cool. Like, we're both in the mission. We both have the same objective. And, like, that one mission where... This is the one that made us all appreciate Power by Kanye West, but we're both diving out of the plane and skydiving to the top of the building. That was actually a pretty awesome moment.
Where you skydive into a falling plane, shoot a few more people, and then jump out its backside again and shoot more people as you fall.
Yeah.
And there's jet bikes, for God's sake, that make the Transformer sounds. Hate the movies, the sound is cool.
By all rights, I'm more in love with the Saints Row series at this point than anything GTA has done.
I probably turned a corner as well.
It just outright is more enjoyable to play. Like, I don't want the cinematic experience in a sandbox game.
No, I just want to play with my friends and wreck shit.
Yeah.
Like, I paid for the season pass. Kyle, is there any chance of you playing this?
I might.
If you and Nancy played it, like, in separate rooms, I think you'd have a ton of fun. If you played co-op that way. You should do that. Get it on the PS3 so you can play for free, and both of you just play co-op. It's worth your time.
Yeah, it is generally a cool game, and like
Kyle,
I said,
why the fuck did you just drop kick that old lady?
like I said though, all in all, there were a lot of good games this year. It was hard to make a list, and like I'm very against top 5 game of the year lists this year because everybody has Skyrim, everybody has this game on it, everybody has that game on it. But if you put like something like Saints Row on there, you're getting torn up.
Yeah, I don't care.
So stop being so fucking pretentious.
I mean, both Kyle and I have Portal 2 on ours, and my list is based on fun.
Oh,
but I will say, Josh, the fact that I even played a Valve game with you it doesn't even matter the amount of time, one evening, the fact that even happened says something about the game. You know what I mean?
Portal 2 should be on there, though. Portal 2 was a lot of fun. Like, when we did do co-op, I had a lot of fun. It was enjoyable.
My save game is waiting for us to finish it. You just need to lighten up. It's a good time.
I've always been down to play it. Okay. It's just we're never really around at the same time. But
yeah,
I mean, it has so many cool things. Like that one moment where I had to put the portal down so you can get over this pool of lava, but then I removed it so you fell down, and we both just busted out laughing.
Yeah.
Or you got me into that infinite loop of going through the portals, and I couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on. You know,
you didn't know how to play.
It's really cool. You know, you can't really not put that on your list for the amount of fun that it is. And I'm not against people putting Skyrim on their list. It's an amazing experience, and everything Bethesda did with that game, it's really, really cool. But don't knock what other people put on their list. You know, that's what pisses me off.
Josh, aren't you calling
Minecraft is different, Kyle. Minecraft is different. Minecraft
I was kind of going to ask the same thing.
Minecraft came out last year.
Oh, yeah, but Joshy.
That's the ultimate cop-out to try to get 5 games.
No, the ultimate cop-out is naming Modern Warfare because it's the same fucking game that's been released the last 5 times.
Yeah, well.
I mean, because Minecraft's year 2, Warcraft's Warfare is 5 years deep now. It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah, pretty much. I have not played a Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare 2. No,
Kyle, did you play Crysis 2 though?
Nope.
You need to play that because Josh even played a little bit of it, and it's fabulous.
It is fantastic.
Best shooter I've played in a while. I'm in my second playthrough on the PC. I love it. I absolutely love that game.
Yeah, when you get your PC, that is definitely one that you need to play on the computer, though. It's probably one of the best looking games on the PC as well.
And there's nothing better than going Predator mode and sneaking and standing right in front of someone's face when they're talking, like, I heard something. And you just uncloak and punch them in the face. Awesome. I never got tired of it. I'm still not tired of it. It's my favorite part of the game. Just like walking around them cloaked and then just punching them in the face. Love it.
Yep.
So that's a list. We're not going to dwell for 4 fucking hours on it like some podcasts.
Nope.
Kyle, you played Halo Anniversary Edition?
Yep.
Didn't see that coming.
No? Are you being sarcastic? I can't tell.
No, I really didn't know you were a Halo fan, honestly.
Oh, he's a big Halo guy.
The reason why I bought the Xbox in the first place was because of Halo. The reason why I bought a 360 was because of Halo 3.
I mean, I remember punching those ostriches with you, but I didn't think it was enough to replay a game like that. That's cool.
Well, I have a lot of fond memories of Halo 1, so I'm like, why not? So I played it. It's Halo 1, but it just looks a hell of a lot better.
Does the nostalgia hold up, though? Like, does it play just like Halo 1?
Yeah, for the most part. It has a shitty autosave, like a checkpoint system. It is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it plays like Halo 1, so it did exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Now, before I forget, you've got it, and someone Reddit it out. The Binding of Isaac, you bought me. Thank you, by the way.
Yep.
What is that? I thought it was like a Zelda clone, because I saw pictures like, that looks like the Zelda dungeons. But they're all in the Zelda dungeons, right?
Yeah.
What is that? Is it a twin-stick shooter?
Sort of.
Josh, have you played this?
No, I haven't, though.
It is super hard. Every time you go into a dungeon, it randomly creates it. So every time you play the game, it's completely different.
I love random generated games.
It is hard as balls, and that's it. You just got to go through the dungeons and come out the other side.
How long is it, do you know?
I don't know. I actually have to get past the first world.
It's
No,
hard
Josh.
and an unknown length. Yeah.
It is. It's only, I think, 8 levels,
Okay.
8 worlds, 4 worlds. I don't know. It's just super hard.
Now, from what I've seen of it, you're just a kid that goes around and like shoots stuff at things. Is that basically all it is?
Yeah,
Is it
you're a naked kid that shoots his tears out.
This game sounds better by the way.
Does it ever like evolve into anything more? Like that is what it is throughout the whole game?
That's pretty much the game. That's what you do. You can equip different things. Like there's like 80 different pieces of equipment, and there's all these sorts of items that you can use. It's really cool.
And to be fair, it was how much? Like a few bucks?
It was $1.
Yeah. So I mean, that does kind of give it some slack.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not saying like it should be any different. I just wanted to know, does it expand upon what it's doing at all?
Think of it as like a Legend of Zelda game.
Mm-hmm.
Like
all
an
in
old one.
Yeah, well, you answered my question. You get equipment, you get items, and that's what I was looking for. I was just wondering if you were a baby shooting tears the entire time.
Well, sometimes it can be lasers. Sometimes it's fire.
Out of your eyes?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That does pique my interest a little bit. I like laser eyes.
I like babies shooting fire out of their eyes.
It's all different. So if you play it once and you die, you start all over again, you have nothing. The dungeon changes, the equipment you get changes, the perks you get change, enemies are different, everything.
They should have really just named it The Binding of Carl and then had it like be Pop Pop's the ending boss and baby Carl's
Jesus.
coming up and shooting his tears at Pop Pop.
Bill, if just watch the opening like cinematic thing, and if that doesn't sell you on it, then you're probably not going to play it.
No, I'm sold on the laser eyes, but I'm stuck. Josh, if you really had the ability to mod games like you say you do, please, God, make The Binding of Carl with Pop Pop the final boss.
And then Kyle's sitting there trying to figure out, I can't beat Pop Pop. Well, Kyle, did you equip your pixie wings?
Oh, can you just imagine, though, his, like, attacks are just insults, like the words coming at Carl.
Faggot! And then the cut opens up on his shoulders.
It's like a cone attack that just bombards me with like just letters.
Put downs, things like that. Yeah. And every once in a while, you have to take breaks because your grandma brought out an old picture of you, and you both have to sit there and not fight. Oh, awesome. I wish I knew how to code things so I could just make like a little, mobile game.
I wasn't so lazy.
Well, I signed up for that, some sort of learn to code in 2012, and they're supposed to send me like a coding tutorial once a week throughout the rest of the year. We'll see if they actually do.
The Binding of Carl.
That would be so great.
I think you should do it, Josh.
All right.
Get some direction in your life, you fucking slacker. Oh, man.
All right. Anything else, Kyle?
I'm making good on my deal. So you played Skyrim, and in return, I'm playing all the Uncharteds.
No.
I played and beat Uncharted 1, and I'm going to be honest, Josh, that playing that game made me want to not uphold my end of the deal.
Uncharted 1.
It's an old game.
It had flaws.
Josh, trying to aim in that game sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're not going to like the
trying to make sense as to why there were thousands of these mercenaries on this island for no apparent reason sucked. Like,
I honestly don't remember much about Uncharted 1, so.
Why, no matter how hidden you were in this game or how deeply you delved in these hidden catacombs, where the fuck were these guys coming from? They always managed to pop out. And that infuriated me.
So that changed in the other ones, though. They made it, rather than guys just pop out.
Yeah.
Like, now you're being followed and stuff like that, or they're already there, so it's not like...
Yeah, but the thing with, like, the second one, Carl, is perfect. But when you get to the third one, the set pieces and, like, the awesome scenario you find yourself in wins out over things like logic. When you're in a burning mansion, it's still just full of guys. I don't know any group of mercenaries in any movie that I've ever watched where they all would have just
guys.
ran.
It was like 2 there. 2 or 3
Bullshit.
at most.
There was more than 2, Josh.
No, there was like 2 or 3 at most.
Rubbish. I'm just happy that Kyle's playing it. The second one is one of the better games this
generation.
Yeah,
the second one really restored my faith. But the first one, it was pure frustration and bullshit for me. I was at towards the end of the game, and I had to put it down and walk away. I was frothing at the mouth. And he's like, are you okay? I'm like, no, this game fucking sucks.
How far are you in the second one?
I'm still puttering around the jungle.
Mm-hmm. But the whole game
What's
is
her
the jungle.
name, Josh? Not the blonde one that he shouldn't have picked. What's
Chloe?
Chloe. Chloe makes that game worth it.
Yeah, I got
It's
past...
Claudia Black, Kyle. It's her voice.
Who?
Never mind.
I think I'm like a third of the way through the second game.
Mm-hmm.
And then I stopped because the holidays got me all going crazy.
Yeah.
That game is so good, though.
Yeah,
it is. It's fun.
Pretty great.
The opening thing, like when you wake up, like battered and bleeding and a hanging freight train, I was like, okay, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that one does a lot more stuff like that, too, where there's these crazy set pieces.
Yep. It's pretty great. Third one I will save for when you get there. I think that's the best. Pete's mad at me right now for not liking it, but I sent it back. I sold it unfinished. So if you finish it, you're a better man than I, Carl.
Well, if you didn't finish it, I'm probably not going to finish it, and I'm just going to quit in anger.
Depends. I could just be... Well, I am usually a dick, but...
Irrational.
I take problems when I can punch someone to death in 2 punches, but 3 shots from an AK to the face doesn't take them down.
That's what was pissing me off, too.
You'll be fine, I think. I was just being a dick about it, but we'll save it for when you get there.
Because the first one, how much health did they have? Because if you shoot... I was shooting people in the head, and they weren't dying. I was like,
well, the first one, does it still have that mechanic? You could click the joystick up and go to a headshot. You remember that, Josh?
A little bit.
I think so, like, you would, like, kind of snap to them, but if you, like, bump the joystick ever so much, you could go for a headshot, and I love that mechanic. But, yeah, that's gone in the later ones. Gone.
I didn't notice that. Also, Nathan Drake is a sociopath.
Uh-huh. How am I supposed to care about someone that murders people for a living?
No way. Nathan Drake is one of my favorite characters. He's right up there with what's his name from The Witcher.
He's just like...
How dare you compare him
he's right up there with... Yeah, he's right there.
I'm off the fucking show. You cannot compare those two. Nathan Drake is a cunt compared to...
No, he's right up there as one of my favorite characters. I just did it, though. In fact, I like him more.
You know, I really think figure skating has the edge on hockey. That's what you just said.
That's fine.
You're comparing hockey to figure skating, Josh.
That's fine.
The Witcher would gut him, everyone he knew, and take both the women willingly. That's... Oh, my God.
They're both some of my favorite characters.
It's cool that you like them both, but how dare you even put them in the same sentence?
In fact, I would say they're
How dare you?
They're in the same number category. So, like, I don't have a 1 and 2. They're both just 1.
But that's pretty much it.
You don't want to talk about Dawn of War after we had that little bit where we weren't going to let you talk about it?
No, I'm not going to talk about it.
Right on. At some point, I'm going to play it, and then you can school me as to why I'm terrible at it, maybe.
No, my machine can't run it. It can barely run it, so I don't really play it.
Right on.
All right, Bill.
Everybody wants to hear my Playboy philosophy. 'Cause I look like stars when I'm smoking my cigar. They wanna be just like me.
That was some good music there, Josh. At Christmas, I took my laptop home and I played some Bastion, which Carl's been playing as well.
Yes.
I had not gotten to it, and I had just kind of been saving it. It's been on the back burner. I picked it up cheap on Steam, and I like it. It's not the most amazing thing in the world, but it was perfect when people would go to bed, and I would just connect the HDMI to my TV or my mom's TV and play it at night. I like it. I think it's kind of neat.
Yeah, it's fun.
I don't like it.
I think it's what a little downloadable game should be. A little bit of story, a little bit of weapons, a little bit of fun. You don't like it, Josh?
No, I have it on the 360. I bought it when it came out, and I played a bunch of it, and I just found it really boring then, and like the whole narrator thing got really old and annoying. And like I think yesterday or the day before, I loaded it up and I tried to play it again. I turned it off within 5 minutes. I don't think I'll ever play it again.
Yeah, I won't fault you for that. I wasn't too impressed by the demo, but once I actually sat down and played it a little bit, I enjoy it. I think it's neat.
Yeah.
Kyle, anything to add on Bastion, an old game from the summer?
Nope. No,
Cool.
you summed it up perfectly.
Cool. So in the last month, I'd finished Saints Row 3. Awesome.
Yeah.
What in the fuck made you possibly sad?
Well, it depends on what decision you made, Bill.
I played both endings, and if you didn't play the other one, did you play both?
No, I only did one.
How can I say it without wrecking it for Kyle?
I don't really care if you say it, because I'm
I don't want to wreck it for Kyle. Kyle, are you ever
I
actually...
really don't care. I don't care about the plot about Saints Row 3.
Did you get the Mars ending?
No?
Oh my god, then you have to go finish it. David and I did the ending that you did, and I don't understand why you're sad.
The one where you had to make the decision as to kill the guys or...
Kill the guys.
To let your guys get blown up on that island?
We played both of those. I don't remember how it worked out. I think we let the girl die, and then we let the other people die.
Yeah, like the one where the girl and somebody else was tied up. And
the one where you're running up basically the Statue of Liberty, and the short circuit I Need a Hero is playing.
It did? I didn't do that.
Oh my
part.
God, play the other ending, Josh. Here, let me sum it up. So the other one, you're running up the Statue of Liberty to I Need a Hero. Then it cuts away to you in space on Mars. Every time one of your companions dies, you do this whole like Kirk Khan thing where he's like, no, and like does this camera thing and pans away, and you have a big battle on Mars, and the general's there, and you gotta like shoot stalactites down on him. That ending blew me away.
I didn't do that ending. I did the other one.
Amazing.
Okay, I have to rent Saints Row 3 now.
Oh, the Khan moments. Every time one of your gang members dies, it cuts to a scene from Star Trek, and it's just like, no!
Actually, it's tough. Like Pete's playing this right now. I don't know if we should talk about it.
Oh, skip ahead. Oh, shit. Well, cut in a spoiler or something, or just cut it out. I don't know.
But I did the other ending where, I actually let them die, and I went and beat up killed the wrestler guy.
Yeah, I did that, yeah. You gotta go back and play the other ending.
Saints Row's in my queue.
Yeah. Kyle, there's just so many moments that are just so... I mean, Hulk Hogan is one of the characters, like he voices one of them. Yeah. And there's a spot where there's a big, like, luchadora wrestling match, and you're fighting off thugs who are trying to get into the ring.
With a chainsaw.
With a chainsaw.
And then you got the Tron levels.
There's the Tron levels where it simulates lag is... I don't care. That's my gaming moment of the year. That was, I was so impressed with just the creativity of that. The game is fucking great, man. People just need to lighten up and play it. You have to play it in co-op for optimal fun, but it's just good.
Okay, I could swing co-op.
Yeah, get with Nancy or like your roommate or something, like because the co-op is just where it's at. Because you just laugh and you giggle the whole time.
Yeah, we have it on the PC, so you can't co-op with us, but.
I mean, you can do, like, you're just walking around. You can do random, like, WWF wrestling moves on pedestrians all of the time. Like, when you grab a guy as, like, cover, the only way to get out of that is to, like, grab them by the shorts and throw them 15 feet so you can throw people off buildings randomly. And it's just fun.
Yep.
But the ending mission on Mars, Josh, that was where it put it over the top for me. Like, I don't think I laughed that much the entire game. It's fabulous. God, that game's good. I'm going to replay that.
Well, if you beat it, can't you just go to the section and restart that mission?
Yeah, for sure, because that's what we did. We played them both that way. So just go reload your save, and I'll hop in with you. It's pretty fun. Other than that, I started the Operation Flashpoint Red River finally. That's garbage. I'll probably just delete it and never go back. I don't even want to talk about whatever the fuck that was.
Bill is sad.
Yeah. Other than that, I got a bunch of Steam games like I think we all did through the sale. I haven't started Batman yet. I look forward to that. I haven't started Dead Space 2. Look forward to that. So that's going to be my next couple months, I think.
Yeah, I got to start Batman as well.
Yeah. Didn't break down and play the Star Wars MMO. Things like that. I
know Mike's not going to play it. Pete's liking it, though.
Yeah. When I watch some of the gameplay and when the conversational stuff's going down like KOTOR, I get all like, I should buy this. Mm-hmm. And then I watch like a 20-minute gameplay video and I'm like, I should not buy this. Because I've never played an MMO. I mean, you guys have put a lot of time into MMOs. But when I see that, it just looks fucking boring. Whoa. And there's no auto attacks. You have to keep clicking the mouse. Like, to me, that's really probably, if it wouldn't have been for that, I probably would have broke down. But the idea that I can't just auto attack the simple stuff and then delegate keys, that I have to keep hitting the mouse button thousands and thousands of times. What
kind of kills me about it, I watched the Giant Bomb quick look at it.
I watched that too, yeah.
And like one of my favorite things about MMOs, and I don't know if it's the same with Kyle, but like I love exploring and going into a new zone and seeing it open up, and you get to walk around. Anywhere you see, you can go, basically. Mm-hmm. That is one of my favorite things, is just exploring and looking at the detail that they've done. And that is just amazing to me, because I'm in this actual gigantic world. With KOTOR, and then seeing it on the quick look, you're actually not in a big open world at all. Like, you're in tunnels and hallways and everything, and they showed that one section on the quick look where you're in a city and everything, but you can't go wherever you're looking.
Yeah, which is all of their games, to be fair.
But in an MMO, it should be different. I don't like closed games like that.
I understand, yeah.
That's kind of stupid.
I'm with you, especially after playing something like Skyrim. It would be tough.
Yeah, so like if I see a dick house over there, I want to go to it. You know, I want to investigate it.
It's like you can just hear that a dick house exists. I hear the sirens call.
Right.
That should be one of the levels in the Binding of Carl, the dick house.
Oh my god, the dick house level. It could be a bullet hell level. Yeah.
It just shoots dicks.
I think at some point, if it goes like a free-to-play weekend, that's gonna. I'm at least. I want to try it. You know, like I tried WoW, but I didn't have people that played it. So like the solo thing, you know, I played 5-6 hours, and it just, you know, this is boring.
You could play with us, Bill. You could play with me.
Yeah, but if I can catch a free weekend, I'll try it then. So at some point, I'm going to try it, but I'm not going to give the $60 to Origin. I want a free weekend. So. Other than that...
Play well with me, Bill.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think that I didn't play nearly the games I was hoping for on Christmas break. I did a lot of like reading and resting and reading and swearing. And
I didn't play much
I also did a lot of reading.
Yeah. It was a good break. Nice vacation.
Good break from the show. Good break from everything.
Well, I missed podcasting a little bit, but yeah, it was good. Just... recharge, I guess we can say.
Recharge after you're 4 episodes back from being off of a show.
No, just recharge from, you know, like my job and just games. I played Skyrim a bit, but that was about it. A little bit of Bastion, but mostly I just honestly watched movies and read books. It was nice, just kind of...
I basically just watched Storage Wars.
Kyle, I have a sci-fi novel. When I get a little bit farther into it, I'm going to start pressing it on you because I think you're going to like it. Pushing Ice. By Alistair Reynolds. He's an astrophysicist. It's pretty good so far.
Haven't heard of it.
It's a group of miners, and they basically harvest comets. They go out and they bore into it, attach engines, and steer comets back to Earth. Well, the Janus moon of Jupiter randomly breaks orbit and is accelerating out of the solar system. And so they're tasked as being the only ship that can possibly catch it for a few moments, a few days of observation before it leaves the solar system. That's the premise. I don't want to say much more. And then there's a trilogy after it where one of my good friends who doesn't read books like this, he's a very pretentious, smart man. There's a trilogy that he says rivals Lord of the Rings that he's just in love with, but he said I had to start at this one. So thus far, it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
I will get a little farther and then I'll let you know.
Well, I look forward to your review.
Cool.
So, Carl...
On to No, Josh.
Josh, it's you.
No, I was going to say, why don't we tell them how we can get in contact with us? I'm going to skip my stuff.
What?
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Nothing? You don't have anything to add?
No, not really.
No 3DS stuff? I don't recall you talking about Mario.
I talked about Mario.
Yeah, I know. I just seen if I could bait you into something.
I mean, the only thing really on my list that I have on there is
like... masturbator, Bill.
I was going to talk about the Raid Finder system on WoW.
Again.
I've never talked about the Raid Finder system.
Have.
I talked about the Dungeon
Fight
Finder.
Night Champion? You're the only other person besides Mick that's played it.
Pete's played it too, but...
that I've heard talk about it.
Well, real quick about the Raid Finder, and then I'm done.
Okay.
You know, it's a lot like the Dungeon Finder, where, you know...
What does both of those things mean?
The Dungeon Finder is, you know, in WoW you have normal dungeons and stuff that you can go through to get equipment before you go into Raid. Like the Raid is the next step up in difficulty.
So Raid is just a higher difficulty?
Right, with more people.
Okay.
So, and like that's typically like the end game a Raid would be.
It's what you do when your character's...
all jacked.
Okay.
So the Dungeon Finder, what it does is it pairs you up with people on every server, basically. So, like, if you can't find anybody on your server to go through a dungeon, you can go through the Dungeon Finder, and it'll be like, so-and-so on X server is a warrior, blah, blah, so now he's with you, and it pairs you up with what you need for the dungeon.
I didn't think that you could, like in MMOs, play with other servers and such.
You can on this one.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's one of the nice things that Blizzard did.
Yeah,
how does that even work?
They have big servers, and then they have sub-servers.
Yeah.
And the sub-servers are basically the dungeons and raids?
Well, no, like if a server is, like one of the main servers is small, like there's not as many players on it as like say Skull Crusher, which is one of the original servers in the game, like where you can basically always find somebody. Like the Raid Finder and Dungeon Finder helps people on the smaller servers like pair up with the people on the big servers.
Interesting.
So it's a lot like that. Like it'll pair you up with like say, you know, 1 tank, 3 DPS and 2 healers, and then it throws you into the dungeon. With the Raid Finder, it does the same thing. It pairs you up with exactly what you need to get the raid done. But it's really cool the way they did, because right now they only have one actual raid on there, and that's the Fall of Deathwing, which is basically the end of the Cataclysm expansion, which like I normally wouldn't do because I don't raid at all. Like I'm more of a PvPer. So I was like, fuck it, it's 4 a.m. I'm going to give this a shot. Man, I went in through it, paired me up with everybody I need to do, and I'm actually in the raid that I would never have done otherwise because I don't really raid with a guild. So the way they do it is raids are typically like 8 to 12 bosses at a time. And
at once?
Not at once, but like there are different like you wander through this dungeon, you fight one boss at a time.
So
right.
It's kind of like horde mode for MMOs, sort of.
No.
Well, it seems like you're having different rounds of increasing difficulty.
Well, it's say
you're pretty much at the foot of a castle built, and you're fighting your way up to the top.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you fight like the the lead guard, then you fight the vizier, then you fight the warlord, then you fight the king.
Okay.
Right. With like trash mobs in between. But
sure. So it's exactly like horde mode for MMOs. Okay.
Sure, if you want to be stupid. So the way that they do it, since there's 8 bosses in the Fall of Deathwing, is there's 2 Raid Finder options. There's one which is the first one, which is basically the first 4 bosses of the raid. Because, you know, a raid can take up to 8 hours at a time.
What?
Yeah, but it saves your progression as you go through. So you can do like 3 a night and then stop, and then the next 3 and then stop as a guild. So this gives you the first 4. And it's really awesome. Like, I got to do the first 4 bosses of the Fall of Deathwing raid, and then I was like, fuck, I'm going to do the next one. And I got to kill Deathwing in Cataclysm, which otherwise I wouldn't have been able to because I don't raid at all. So this helped me actually see the end game of the game in this expansion, I should say. Which the Fall of Deathwing is actually really cool. But yeah, I just want to talk about that real quick because I think that's a really cool system that they have there, and other MMOs need to rip that off because
I'm just stuck on 8 hours. How do you even go about organizing something like that?
Typically what they'll do is say we raid on Sunday, then on Wednesday, and then, you know, that's it.
So without this thing, I mean, it's got to be quite the effort to actually make it happen.
It was even worse when it was 40 players.
Yeah. When it was 40 players back in vanilla, like raids now are like 10 to 20 man raids. Back in the original WoW, it was 40 man raids. So like you had a guild and like you had to actually schedule 40 people to show up at 7 o'clock on a night, which was a real pain in the ass.
We can barely get 3 friends to schedule a podcast.
Yep.
Wow.
But I did it. I did a bunch of the 40 man raids back then, and then I stopped raiding, and then they made it easier for everybody. But you know, now with the Raid Finder, and it's a difficulty. They have 3 difficulties for the Fall of Deathwing now. They have Raid Finder difficulty, which is basically considered easy. Then they have normal mode, which Raid Finder doesn't work with. Like you have to actually group up with a guild to do that. And then they have, you know, hard mode, which again you have to group up with a guild to do that.
Yeah, that's extremely more involved than I ever thought it would be. That is some shit.
But that's pretty cool for people that don't want to raid or join a guild to do that stuff. Like you can at least experience the end game content through the Raid Finder system.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty great, actually.
It's piqued my interest. I might actually start doing that, spend some time doing that.
Like, because I basically got my character to 85 when Cataclysm came out. Like, remember, I disappeared for the first 2 weeks. And then I stopped playing at that point. And, like, the past month, I picked it back up. And so I had no good gear or anything, so I started PvPing. And I would say within 2 or 3 days, my character was fully decked out. Because it's that easy to get gear now. And I'm pretty much, like, at par with, like, the top raiders now in gear. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do the Raid Finder just so I can experience the content. And it worked out really good, actually. Like, it pairs you up with everybody, it throws you in, and, you know, you get all the item loots and everything if you want. It works out really slick.
Yeah, I'm glad you talked about that. That's pretty neat.
That is a definitely cool addition to MMOs. They do the same thing with PvP now, too. They have a PvP finder.
Very cool.
So yeah, Carl, why don't you tell them how they can get in contact with us?
All right, there are the usual ways. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow Josh at Nastro. You can follow me at KR Dumont, or you could follow Bill at Billy Bill Black. You could also follow the podcast at Critical Strike. You could leave us a voicemail at 909-C-STRIKE, or email us at cstrikepodcast@gmail.com.
Cool. And don't forget to hit up Platform Nation, where there's lots of great podcasts. Rumble Pack, Lock and Load, the Video Game Jocks, For Your FYI, and of course the Fanboys.
Yep. Even though nobody really likes them.
I like Wessie. I think Wessie would be a riot to hang out with.
Oh yeah, he would. Announcing guy.
Mm-hmm.
He would be great.
I might have to hit on him a little bit. It'd be good times.
I would. Give him a little reach around.
You know, I don't really love my pussies. Oh, Joshy. So we'll probably be back on a little bit of a schedule now that all of the holiday breaks are over, eh?
Yeah, I figure 2 weeks from now we'll get back together. I'm releasing a music episode this weekend too, so there'll probably be 2 releases this weekend.
Neat. Or you could just wait till next week with the music.
No. I don't want to wait. Because as I said on the music episode, which actually now I had to re-record my entire thing for that because I said the episode number, and now this one is that episode number.
What if we release this and then you release the music one and no one hears our Game of the Years that we don't care about?
I don't care. But so, but as I said on that one, I didn't realize at the time I only did 3 music episodes last year. Like typically I've released them once a month, and last year I only did 3 episodes, and yeah, that was kind of bad. And I got to try to.
You did mention you hate doing it about 47 times.
It's a lot of work, Bill.
I don't doubt that.
And I run out of ideas. I like doing theme episodes, but how many themed episodes can you do? Like, oh look, it's Chiptunes 3. Wow, it's kind of lost its luster at this point.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it's another. I want to do a SNES one, like all Super Nintendo music, but again, it's another tribute / themed episode.
Maybe like the next 4 can be, this music reminds me of people from Storage Wars. Because I look forward to Barry's episode of his music.
Well, like that's why it was cool when, everybody else did their own episode, like Kyle did one and Mike did one. I got to see their take on it, and they added some stuff that I probably normally wouldn't have. But again, for me, where can I go with, again, Chiptunes 3?
Yeah. No, I follow you. That's cool. Kyle, were you too loud? Has she given you any dirty looks before we end?
No.
Cool.
What are you talking about?
I'll be quiet, baby.
All right, fucking him out.
All right, goodbye.